Hello again everyone, welcome back to my playthrough of Dark Souls. So last time we left off here at the bonfire near the blacksmith, and from here I go back down to the bottom pathway. Do I talk to the...
Well,
not much, I don't think.
You seem to be need anything for?
Yeah, I don't really do much there, so I head back to the leafy area here, what looks like a forest, and here is where I do my first invasion. I don't really do many, since I only have 4 orbs that I can use. So let's see how this works. As with demon souls, you have to wait a while for it to actually invade another person's game. And we have success. We're going to be invading. So from the health bar we saw just now, we can tell that the enemy is in front of us, and you're walking slowly just like a boss. I have to give fair warning though, this isn't the greatest PvP match you'll see. It's kind of funny just seeing both of us go back and forth, since we both know. Oh, an opening. Okay, at least one hit. Damn. Sheesh. That seemed way too easy of a backstab. Oh well. Okay, a bit disoriented. Unfortunately, as an invader, you can't heal, and a good chunk of life is already gone just from a backstab. Actually, the trees in the area kind of make it annoying. Oh, there was another opening there I could have used. Unfortunately, it's pretty lame invasion. That didn't work out. Look at this sword, man. I couldn't carry something like that. No strength or dexterity to match. But anyway, a bit of a shame. The backstab took away quite a bit of life, but you only get one chance. I did have a couple of chances to hit him as well, which I unfortunately didn't take. So a quick PvP, and surprisingly you still remain in human form even if you die when you invade, but you still have to go and get your bloodstain back. To get your souls and humanity. From here I don't decide to go through the forest yet. I decide to head back to the Undead Parish where the church is, and this is a section that I hadn't gone through yet, where this knight is guarding some treasure. This is near where the boar was. This is one of the paths that I didn't take early on. double hit. So there's this item, a night shield. Probably can't carry it, but let's take a look at it. Yeah, not that high a requirement, unlike the black knight shield. But yeah. So then I moved on and headed back to this bonfire here. And actually at the statue there, you can, I believe there's a place to join another covenant, but it's a harder requirement. And it's best for people to look that up on the internet, really. Look through wikis and guidebooks to understand better how to go through covenants. And I come back here because of this door here, and because we gained the key. Again, the basement key you can obtain near where the ball was, in front of the church gates. Actually behind the church gate, the front of the church on the stairs, just behind where the ball was. There's a skeleton with the key on it. And here actually you can slide down ladders, but I didn't know that at the time. Takes forever. Okay, finally we're down here. So a bit of a new section. Now there's a pathway in front of me here, but I kind of forget about it because I go up the stairs to the right, and kind of forget about the pathway down below until later. So anyway, when we go back up here, actually, one thing to point out about the pathway down there, there's a sorcerer down there who you can rescue from a locked door, and he can teach you sorcery spells back at the Firelink bonfire if you rescue him. So that's something to keep an eye out in my future videos, because I don't do that until later, but you can actually do it now, which is a shame since I missed out on getting more sorcery spells. He's locked in a door in that section, and the key to that door is actually obtained at a merchant. I'll show you that merchant. It's one of the merchants we've met before. So anyway, up here, this door isn't really that helping. I hate when that happens, when you're locked on, but because your character isn't facing the right way, the soul arrow goes off target for whatever reason. I'm just so used to, it's locking on. You should be hitting the target anyway. And another fella. And again, our targeting is way off even though we're locked on. And again! God, that was annoying. Still happens as well. You may remember this area. This is actually one of the early areas in the Undead Burg. And it's near the bonfire that's under the Dragon Tower. And I think from here I decide to, if you remember, there was a merchant just up ahead and to the left. This guy here. And you, the key to the door that's that the sorcerer is locked in can be purchased through this guy. It's called the residence key. And if you want to learn sorcery spells early on, it's good to do that quickly, because you can essentially get to that sorcerer even before you defeat the bell gargoyles. So even before you ring the church bell. Anyway, I come back here, one because we opened a shortcut to this area anyway, and two because I wanted to see what items I could use to better help my character. And I think I get a couple of armor equipments, and I get a shield as well, just to help my character. At this point in time, I didn't know there were a few levels of
Thank you.
equipment burden. So if your equipment burden or your equip load, as you can see on the screen, is 19.1 for me. If your equip load is half of your equipment burden, half and below, you move faster and roll faster. If it's 25%, if it's less than 25%, you move even faster and your rolling is even quicker. At this point in time, I didn't know that. I just assumed that below 50 was best. So I think that was the way it was in Demon Souls. I can't remember wholly. Anyway, I get all those equipment and I use them, and I equip them, sorry, and then I go back to this and I head back to this blacksmith, and from here I decide to go back to the forest.
Well, hello again.
Since
You seem to be doing all right. Need anything forged?
oh yeah, here I just forged my sword again, up one level. I have to buy an extra titanite shard to do it though. Yeah. And like I was saying about the sorcery spells, I'll show you in the video in the future when I actually do get more sorcery spells. Because I didn't know at the time. I mean, I didn't know you had to get the key from the merchant, and I didn't know that the sorcerer was trapped down that pathway I didn't follow just now. So that was a bit of a shame. But you can do it early on, so basically you can get sorcery spells early on. Because I don't go back there until like quite a few hours, not a few hours, maybe an hour or two later in game. Of course, for these videos I'm editing them and fast forwarding stuff, all the boring stuff of walking backwards and forwards and backtracking and whatnot, I'm editing out just to make things flow better.
Don't get yourself killed.
So I upgraded my short sword one more level. Basically any little bit of extra help that I can get is always worth it. So here we're back in this forest area. Let's have a look around, better look around, since the first time when I was here and invading I didn't really look around much. And ooh, summon sign. Why not? So here I summoned someone to help me out in this area. And yeah, when I was fighting, when I was invading and fighting here earlier, it's kind of annoying with the trees all in the way, because you're trying to move the camera around and you're trying to lock on and the camera movement, and when you end up behind trees and blocking your view is kind of annoying. Did I just hear the bell ring in the background? Sweet. And a summon. Hello. Oh, straight on to business. The Darkroot Garden. Okay, he's doing way more damage than me, as you'll notice. I mean, I don't think even with my spells I'm doing as much damage as he is, which is kind of annoying. So two characters here, or two enemies here. again, if you look closer at the damage, he's doing way more than me. So there's an item up there, but no clear way to get to it. So can go through there. And ambush by 3 trees or plant stuff. What do you call them? So again, his melee attack is doing double my spell attack. So a fog gate here. And we've got some statue coming alive. And he did something there that makes you slow down. You can't roll around, and unfortunately my summon friend dies. I didn't even have enough time to heal. See, I can't roll around. I'm moving way too slowly. I think it's because his sword has that special attack, which allows him to do that. Look at it, take away half of my life just like that. Again! Okay, now the effect is off. I can finally run around and roll around. Unfortunately, he killed my summon before I could do anything. And again, my spells aren't really doing much damage. No. So one of them just takes how long to fight? Kind of annoying. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there's also a miracle spell. So miracles are for faith users, and sorcery is for intelligent users. And when I mean intelligence and faith, those are stat attributes for basically your character build. So miracles, there's a miracle that does the same effect of slowing your character down, and a lot of people have been complaining about that in the online modes. It's the same thing really, because I think you can get a sword as well through an enemy drop. I think through these statue guys actually. It's a rare drop, or well, it's not a common drop at least. Not sure how rare it is. So some people have the ability, if you go online, to slow you down, and which can be a pain really. And here you can see I've put down my summon sign in hope that someone might summon me, and I could get to know the area better in their world. Because I like doing that in Demon Souls. Because you don't know the area, you learn it through someone else's game, and then when you come back to your world, you'd have already gained all that insight into it. Unfortunately, I don't get summoned here. I also don't get invaded here, and this is supposedly one of the more common places to get invaded in the game. So that's a surprise, because I'm in human form for quite a while here in this area. Too bad I was hoping he'd get stuck there and I'd just be able to kill him. So I think this is coming near to the end of this episode. What happens here is I just sort of like draw him out slowly and attack him one by one, slowly killing him. Not all that interesting, but I do manage to kill him in the end, and that signals the end of this episode. So sorry, not much is happening in this episode either, but well, we did come to a new area at least. Saw an invasion, fight these dudes, saw some co-op as well, so decent overall. So join me next time as I think we venture further into this area. See ya.